Hello everybody. Today we're here to do a quick review of my Sun Joe SWJ803E 10-inch corded extendable pole saw. A lot of words, yeah, I know. Basically, this is just your inexpensive pole saw that you can get on Amazon, at Menards, at Walmart, all kinds of places for about 80 bucks to do light duty work around the house. Um, I have some light duty work around the house. Actually, I've been putting some heavy work in on this thing. I have to admit. Is it worth it for 80 bucks? Short answer, yeah, it's worth 80 bucks. This has made my life a whole lot easier. My gas chainsaw needs carburetor work on it, and rather than pay 100 bucks to do that, I just went on got this for 80 bucks, and it's done so far dang near everything the um, gas chainsaw could, and more because I have more reach with this. So particulars about this: this is a 10-inch bar, comes with a cover on it as it should. It is an 8-amp motor on it, so it doesn't draw so much that you can't use a regular extension cord on it. I use like a 100-foot extension cord on it. I've had zero issues. You generally aren't running this more than a few seconds at a time to cut a limb, and then you're off to the next spot to reposition and everything. So it's pretty good about not needing anything special as far as electrical requirements goes. Um, 7.9 pounds, I think, is the official weight on this. We're just going to call it 8 by the time you put chain oil in it and you get gunk built up around the insides of this, chippings and stuff like that. It's 8 pounds, so we're going to call it 8 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but your default length is 5.5 feet, and even holding it at the end of 5.5 feet, that's pretty heavy. The extended length on this is 8.5 feet, or I think it's something like that, 8.5 feet roughly. Super easy to extend. Lift this up, pull this out, and you got an extra 3 feet right there. You put that extra 3 feet at the end of this pole and hold it, all the way down at the end. That 8 pounds gets heavy, I tell you what. When you hold it up like this, chop through a limb, and it comes down like that, it's hard holding on to it, especially if you're on a ladder to get a little bit of extra length, like trimming tree limbs like I've just been doing. It is adjustable. You can loosen this up, and you've got adjustment from 0 to 30 degrees where you can have your angle so that you can reach up and pull down onto a limb without having to force it through. It makes like a little hook, and just let the weight of the saw do the work. Blade is extremely sharp, as they should be when they're new. Super easy to fill the chain oil. Open this right here. It has a cord to keep hold of the cap so it doesn't disappear. You've got a level indicator on the side to let you know when it needs to be refilled, and it's pretty good at the chain oil usage too. Um, all in all, I really like it. I think this is a great pole saw. Nice padding right here to hold onto that extended grip too. That really helps. Um, but there are some downsides to this that you've got to be careful of. One of the biggest ones, let me move in a little closer for you here, is this whole thing, the way this bar is mounted. If I take this off, underneath here, that's how the chain is mounted. At this point, after taking this off, that chain is free floating, that whole bar. All that holds it on is this little peg right there and this tiny little square right here to keep it centered on the bar. There's an adjustment on the end here. As you tighten that screw, it pulls this little nub out to tension your chain. This tiny little piece of plastic with this stupid little thing here, is all that holds that together. So it is rather flimsy. It works well as long as you only put pressure down like this on it. Anytime you try to torque it either direction, twist it, or anything like that, it can cause this whole assembly to pop up here, and your bar will pop off of its mounting and your chain will pop loose. It's very easy to get it back in. Just disconnect this. I do wish the little adjustment screws on the end here, it's right next to the bar, and it's a slotted screwdriver bit. I do wish that was down a little further, or somehow you had some little tool built into the housing here to hold a little mini screwdriver for that, because without a screwdriver, if you're out somewhere, you're kind of stuck if that pops off and you need to retension your chain or something. Not the end of the world. Just keep you a small little stubby screwdriver or something in your pocket if you're aware of it. But that's the only gotcha to this whole thing, is making sure you don't torque or tweak, the bar like that. Just try to make a clean, straight cut. Other than that, I've been using this thing for months now. I've got elm trees and locust trees in my yard, plus all this, whatever this stuff is behind me. And I've been trimming the holy dickens. I'm in Southwest Michigan. We had a pretty bad winter with ice storms that caused me to have some limbs come down in my yard that were almost as thick as this chain. It could barely manage as far as width-wise. It sawed right through them. It cut everything up. I was able to get it set off to the side of the road, and thankfully the city came around and collected it for me, but I had zero troubles. That's why I bought this to begin with, is to help me with that. No troubles. All this time I've been using it around here, I've hauled off 20 trailer loads worth of stuff as I cleaned up the trees around my property. Zero problems. After I realized you can't torque that bar. So, do I think this is worth 80 bucks? Heck yeah. It's been a great addition to my tool shed, and I love the heck out of this thing. It may be just a cheapie, but it's the one I go to right now. It's the one I grab before I grab anything else. And it works. It just keeps working. So there you go. Hope that has helped. Um, 80 bucks isn't that much for a chainsaw. So, long as you use it like it's intended to and know its limitations, you're going to have a great time with it. Hope that helps, and I'll see you guys later.